have a mix between Spanish and English. Sorry, sorry for this situation. Okay, I will present the color image blurring and denoising by using bilateral shaping methods that we propose with Ángel Villa, Felipe Tirado, and Clovis Tober to enhance the problem of the principally in the medical image. Okay. Okay, the motivation. We have the image with several problems, but the two main problems we can reduce to the blurring process that we can see this process when we convolve one image with a split function, and we produce this effect to blurring image. And the other problem is the noisy that we can produce an image with several problems to produce or we can difficult our work in the future work like extraction of the information or quantification and the segmentation percent and the mix of the two problems we can see here. This is a very good problem because we have the noising and blurring process. And here we lose the contour information and we have many perturbation in the signal. Okay, this problem we can produce several or future problems with segmentation process and a quantification process, and this is very bad when we can produce and or extract information for obtain a very good treatment in the patients. Okay. So the PET acquisition system is produced with an acquisition of this problem, also this situation, when we have a positron and electron interactive with the matter and produce two gamma rays. And this system detects the gamma production in the patients, and we can produce a dynamic image. With this, we can see the real activity in the tissues, and we can observe different maladies or the comportment normal or anormal comportment of the tissues, and we can observe, for example, Alzheimer or tumor process before to produce one anatomical change. And this type of image, we can see the biochemical change of the tissues, are not only the anatomical change of the tissues. Okay, but this system is very sensitive to the noisy, and the problem is the movement of the electron, the positron in the matter, and this produces a problem the denominated partial volume effect. And this is the three-dimensional problem to the blurring we can see in the 2D image in the motivation. Okay, we can show now the motivation. We talk a little bit about the state of the art. I will present the proposed method and result that we have, and we developed two methods. Okay, but I will concentrate in one method. It's the main state of the art that we represent is the first word is the GETS. It's a bilateral filtering variant that this work propose using before on deconvolution process and after bilateral filtering. Gundlich take the convolution in the time acquisition curves that we can the noise in the image, but the problem is you change the real information of the text. Tober in 2011 develop an method based on the partial differential equation that we use a robust anisotropic diffusion by taking the robust calculus to obtain the regions, the contour regions. Okay. And finally, the Bian et al. Produced an variant of the bilateral filtering by taking in consideration the kinetic information. This take all the information to obtain the calculus of the kernel photometric by using Euclidean distance, and many volume or many frames is pondered by the time of the acquisition process. Okay, in our method, we name it the robust indirect bilateral filter with sharpening capability. The definition is RIPS. Okay, our method calculate the bilateral process by considering this weights process. But the weights consider the two kernels, and spatial kernel and photometric kernel. And this kernel we introduce a sharpening term. This sharpening term is with this sharpening term we produce the sharpen effect in 3D image. Okay, this sharp term considers many three situations. The first situation is the local geometry. The local geometry is calculated by using the derivative calculus, the differential calculus, and we can calculate the norm of the gradients, okay, by using all the information. And the all information, and when I talk the all information, and take in consideration all the different frames of the different volumes of the dynamic image, and we calculate the scale parameter to obtain an anisotropic calculus by using this equation that we can take from the Tober works, okay, and we replace to a Lorentzian function to obtain an anisotropic effect to calculate where is the real position of the contours, and we translate this, we transform this Lorentzian function to the decrescent to crescent function. We calculate the one minus the Lorentzian function. With this, we can habilitate the sharpening term only in the region between regions, okay, in the contour regions. And this calculus is derived from this gradient, but we take only the regions inside of the pattern. With this, we can concentrate only on the path change and not in the behavior. Okay, the control restoration, we use the shift. The shift is the contribution. We will take only with the difference between the values of the neighborhood, taking in consideration only the values is bigger than the median of the neighbor. Okay, with this we can consider the contribution only if the value is positive. We take only the measure of the positive or less of the median value. Okay, and the third restoration direction, we take in consideration the signal of the Laplacian in gradient direction. Okay, with this we can see an example of the one-dimensional function. The black is the real function, the truth function. The red is the blurring function, and we can reconstruct this signal in the direction of the gradient. For this, we can consider the value of the gradient, and this contribution depends on the gradient value, and we take considering the Laplacian because the reconstruction process depends on the minus the value of the Laplacian. We can take a increment in negative values and decrement in positive values. Okay. For this reason, we can consider the minus the sharpening term. Okay, the result. Here I will show the results in the axial, sagittal, and frontal group of the one frame of the real image, and the truth is obtained with a phantom, and then we produce a realistic simulation, and this is the real image that we can start, and this is the result of the reefs. Okay, with the reefs we can show. We can see that the real activity is very similar to the ground truth. In the axial, we see the dimension of the region is very similar in comparison with the raw image that we can use because we have a partial volume effect. Okay, this is the same situation we can see in the frontal cube. The regions are very similar reconstructed. Okay, the quantitative results. I'm here with the other work, the future work, but in the reefs we have a very improvement values between in comparison with raw image, the unprocessed image, and we have a very good values in TSNR. That is the figure of merit that consider the signal to noise ratio, and the BS this is a very important figure of merit in medicine because we try to know increment significantly the BS, and ENSEC that's consider the variation and BS. Okay, and discussion and conclusion that with this method we can reconstruct the signal and the gradient direction, and compare with the other methods, we have a very good result. We compare our method with the state of the art, and I can show the result because I have problem with my presentation, but we compare with the BIAN. This is the more close work compared with our work. But the problem is the bias BIAN introduced the bias in the result. They have a very close result in TSNR, but the bias is more higher. and this is a very good reason for us, but because we we can consider our result more close to the reality, and the diagnosis more close at the real necessary real state of the malady or the behavior, the real behavior of the disease. Okay, this is the main bibliography that we use in our work. And thanks for your attention. Sorry, because this is in Spanish, and I'm very happy to respond any questions.
Thank you, Paulo. Well, we have time for a couple of questions. Someone want to write them down or want to make the question directly? Well, Paulo, I would like to know what are the sources of this noise and blurring in a PET image?
Sorry, you
What are
you
the
cannot.
sources of the blurring and the noise in this kind of image?
Yeah, this is a simulate image that we produce with Zubal. There's all the situations are simulated by using an analytic reconstruction image by using a scene technology. The image was facilitated by the INSERM laboratory in France, and I use this image, this document, with the real value obtained from a real acquisition of the patients. The real acquisition of the patient with the ONS 11C FDG, this 18 FDG, the SOCI, I have the problem with the name of the the pharmacology introduced in the 11Z PA-E. This is a real pharmac introduced in the patient, and with the scanner PET, take the real acquisition, put in the phantom and the phantom simulated, and we introduce in the laboratory introduce all the real effects with a statistical process and reconstruct this image with ASIN. This is the real reconstruction of the image. This is all the process, and we take an image with a 15 iteration reconstruction. This is a really noisy image, but a very less bias that we can obtain it in the reconstruction process. This is real important because we need the signal very close to the real acquisition. But the problem is very noisy, and you can produce a very good segmentation to obtain the real quantification in the process. This is the real problem. And for this reason, we develop this method that we produce the denoising, and at the same time the sharpening, because the sharpening we can restore the partial volume effect. No, this is not true, but we can restore partially the partial volume effect, and we can take in consideration this information for produce after this maybe the convolution process to obtain the real value of the acquisition.
So do you think it could be applied, for example, to magnetic resonance images, for example.
Yes, yes, absolutely. This you can use in any different imaginology method technology. But we need to think in the different noising process. Maybe because the origin of the noisy is depends. If the multiplicative noising we can use because the calculus the robust calculus is used to multiplicative noisy. But for the gradient calculus, we need to change a little bit the equation because we need to multiplicate this equation to obtain a better result. But we can use the same idea, the main idea that we can produce the bilateral process with a sharpening term to produce this effect. But the calculus of the gradient, we need to change a little bit. It depends on the origin of the noising. The natural, ¿cómo dice naturaleza en inglés? I'm sorry.
Natural, yes.
Natural of the noising. Yeah.
Yeah, the nature también. Okay, thank you very much, Paulo. We are
I
in time
apologize
now.
because I had problem with my presentation in the last time. Sorry, sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Yes. Well, I would like to remind everyone that at midday Chilean time is 25 to midday at the moment. So in 25 minutes is the closing ceremony, and where the best papers, best presentations, awards are going to be presented, and it will be announced who will organize the conference next year. So yeah, stay tuned. There's good news there, and we'll see you in a bit. So thank you to the speakers for all the presentations. It was very interesting. Thank you very much.